How's everybody doing? Wow, it's been a long time. I have not been on doing a live in quite some time. Life has just happened, had some highs and some lows, and kind of put this on the back burner, doing lives and the whole business thing, but I'm ready to get back on track. So if you're catching this live, thank you for watching, and go ahead and put live in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you're catching this on replay, you can type replay in the comments so I can check it out later. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the Pike Syndrome, and this is something I read about. Hey Michael, thanks for watching. It's been a long time, dude. So this Pike Syndrome is something that I've been reading about in my personal development book, and I love to fish. Put a 1 in the comments if you love to fish. It is probably my #1 favorite thing to do of all time. Really want to go ice fishing, but we don't really live in a place to do that, so that's on my, hey, I've been busy too, I get it. So that's on my bucket list. No pun intended, because, you know, when you catch fish, you put it in a bucket. Anyway. So the Pike Syndrome, it is actually out of Canada, so shout out to my Canadian folk, including my brother-in-law, Matt. And what happened was a group of scientists at an aquarium, they put a pike into a tank, and they also put minnows into this tank. And in between the pike and the minnows, they put a wall, and it was a glass wall so that the pike could see through. And for weeks and weeks and weeks, they watched this pike run into this wall trying to get the minnows, constantly just bashing its face into this wall. So they let that happen, and basically the pike was, you know, eventually just kept running into this wall. They took out the glass divider, and much to their surprise, instead of the pike just going over and getting the minnows, what actually happened was the pike never crossed that line, never crossed that threshold to get to those minnows. He would swim to it and then swim around, and just never did that because he was constantly like bashing his face. So he was conditioned to not get the minnows. And as I was thinking about that, I was like, you know, geez, like that happens in real life too. You know, sometimes we get conditioned in the no's of life or in the failures of life that we either quit things quickly or we never even start things. And I was thinking about all the different things that maybe we've never started, or that we've never finished because we've been conditioned that no means no, or we've been conditioned that it's not going to work out for us, so we're either too scared, or we, you know, things in our past keep us from doing it. And I was thinking about a couple different things, and this reminds me of little kids, and you guys can put a 2 in the comments if this has ever happened to you, but you go to a store, any store, grocery store, toy store, like literally it could be the hardware store, and your kid is like, Mommy, can I get this? Or Daddy, can I get this? Like, I want a cookie. And you look at him and you say no. And like, Mommy, I really want a cookie. Can I have a cookie? Or Mommy, I really want to get a toy. Can I get a toy? Or Mommy, I really want to get, Daddy, I really want to get, you know, a nail, a screwdriver, like something, anything. I mean, can I have a quarter for the gumball machine? And it's like, no, no, no. And like these kids are hitting this wall. Mom or Dad is saying no and no and no and no. And like kids are resilient. They're at this point like, definitely shut them down. Yeah, you have to. So at this point, like, your kid is on the floor having a tantrum, like, I want a cookie, like, please, I'll do my homework, I won't have dessert tonight, like, just can I have a cookie? And eventually what happens, like 99% of the time, at least once in your life, you've given in and you're like, oh my gosh, get a cookie, or oh my gosh, get a toy, or oh my gosh, here's a quarter, go put it in the machine and get, like, you know, your 4 little dinosaur bone candies. So at what point do we stop? At what point do we give up? Like when we hit these walls, at what point, what age is it? And I've talked about this before in a live, like what age do we lose our determination for things and our, you know, our drive for things because we've hit walls or because we've, you know, heard no too many times. And I was thinking about a couple things, and like one of the things that first came to my mind was a marathon. So put a 3 in the comments if you've ever run a marathon. I know a lot of runners who have, and I know a lot of runners who also haven't. And I think about it and I'm like, well, why have they never done a marathon? Is it because the training was too hard, or like you trained for the marathon but you never quite hit marathon miles, so you were like, I can't do it? And I thought about college. I know a lot of people who have stopped going to college, and what is it that, like, what wall did you hit? Was it, you had too many bad grades? You had courses that were just too hard, so you were like, I'm done, I'm not going to do it. And then there's people who never even went to college. I mean, that was me. I was like a C, not on a good day, student, and I was like, I'm not going to college because I sucked at school K through 12. Like, why do I want to go suck some more? So I eventually went to college, and now I'm like almost done with my master's, so that's kind of a bad example. But I know people who haven't. Yes, burnout, exactly. Like, we are just that pike hitting this wall over and over again, and you're just so tired of it. So, like, you don't even try, or you don't finish. And two other examples I was thinking of is smoking. Either giving up. I personally don't smoke, but I know people who do, and I know people who struggle with the idea of quitting. And it's like, it's too hard. I've tried it before, and I failed, and it's not worth trying again. Or you do start and you do try to quit smoking, and then like one day you slip up and you have a cigarette, and it's like, well, I tried and I didn't do it, so I might as well just not try again. I might as well just continue to smoke. Or dieting, like a lot of people don't start diets. They won't even start it. And they get comfortable in, being the size that they are, even though they don't want to be, or they've tried so many diets and they haven't been successful, or they're working on a diet and it's National Donut Day and you're like really strong, and literally this happened to me. Your sister-in-law brings a dozen donuts home. Your father-in-law brings half a dozen donuts home. I wasn't on a diet, and I did eat like 3 donuts over a weekend. But like, that's, that happens. Like, you don't go on a diet because it hasn't worked in the past, or because you're just like, I'm not going to be successful at it. Like, how many different things do we Pike Syndrome? How many different things have we tried to do, and we've been conditioned to hit that wall? We've been conditioned to, I love donuts too, dude. We've been conditioned to fail, or to think we can't do it, that our mindset is now, I can't do it, so we don't even try. Put a 4 in the comments if you've ever experienced anything like that, whether it's, you decided not to run that marathon, or you didn't finish college, or you didn't start college, or maybe smoking, or maybe it's a diet, or maybe it's something different for you. You can even comment below if it's been something different that you just never started because you thought it wasn't for you, or thought you couldn't do it. That was me with this market networking. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I can't do it. It's not for me. And there was nothing that necessarily stopped me because I never tried, but it was definitely that mindset of, I'm not going to be good at it. I'm not going to be successful. And at some point, we can't be like that Pike anymore. We have to go for what we want. And whether that means breaking that wall down and just doing it, or whether that means finding a way around the wall, we've got to figure it out. Because otherwise, like, what are we doing here? What's the point in life? Like, to get what you want, and to have a great life, and to be successful, and to, live the type of lifestyle that you want, you can't be a Pike. So what is it that maybe you've never tried before, maybe you've never done before, maybe you've quit so many times? I want to challenge you to maybe try it again. I'd love to be your accountability partner. Maybe you want to start a diet, maybe you want to quit smoking, maybe you want to, I don't know, whatever it is. You don't have to put it in the comments. I won't call you out like that. But if you want to send me a message, I would love to just check in on you and encourage you and push you, because I need that, and that's something I get in this business. I have a wonderful team, a wonderful tribe that is constantly checking in and holding me accountable and being uplifting, and I'm figuring out that I'm not a Pike, and I'm going to break down these walls. I'm going to get around the wall to get those minnows. So if that's you and you want an accountability partner, I'm here for you. I'd love to be there for you. And that's pretty much it. I will be coming back on more often. Life is crazy, but guess what, guys? One more day of school with students. I love them, but I love when they leave too. So if your kiddos are out of school, enjoy that time with them, or maybe, I'm sorry. I don't know, whichever way it goes for you. But have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.